Hey everybody, this is Way to Fail, and we are back with more Faster Than Light, where last time, what did we do? For the first time ever, we won with the penis. Actually, we won specifically with the Gambit. I can finally check that box and say, hey, I've won with the Federation ship. I still haven't won with the Type B, and what we're going to try and do today is to get another victory with a ship I've not gotten a win with yet. And that decision just boils down to, I've had a lot of wins lately, so I'm going to go for something that's more of a challenge. We're going to go back with the Vortex. We're going to name it Lonely Lonerson. Don't know why. It's just our poor Wai Xing, the Engi, is possibly going to be part of a very short episode. You'll hear a lot of people lament and say this ship is terribly hard, difficult. Its loadout is slow. It doesn't do a lot of damage. The heavy ion is really slow. It's very defensive in a way, but you only have a two-person medbay. You have one crew. It's a drone boat, and you got to get some luck here. So this could be a short run, depending on what we run into, because we're not going to be focusing on doing too much other than. See here, it is a that's an automated drone with a missile and an ion weapon. This could end very poorly for us. Let's go ahead and get one system repair drone out there. Actually, do you always start with two system repair drones for the Engi B? I feel like that might be a change. They did do an update recently, but that missile is going to probably hit me right in the weapon. So there we go. Typical par for the course. Jump one. Good times. So let's see, right in the weapons. This one's probably going to hit me. No, right in the drone control. So we can't do a lot to this ship until the heavy ion's up and running. So we're going to have two of these guys running around, and they're just going to repair all day. So we're going to be eating a lot of laser fire here. Let's see. Let's see, can we take out their weapons? Good, because we have no shields. So our repair drones are going to be doing their little dance. Just got to take out that shield one more time. There we go. One more shot. That's a lot of damage to take from jump one. But you know what? We're still flying, which is better than I can say about some other runs I've had with this ship. So, hold the phone there. Oh, I didn't get long-range scanners. It just told me what was going on. So we definitely don't want to jump into the ion storm. We want to make our way to one of these stores and then work our way back down. So let's go to the distress beacon. Maybe it's an event we can use our Engi for. We're not doing any kind of one crew challenge or anything. 10 scrap up front's great. Let's see here. So we're going to get to that quest worker. Let's say as many ships as we can as well. And let's see. You have a laser and a bomb and another thing, and my ship is relatively weak. Fuck it, let's reject the toll. Let's see here. And I'm going to hope I don't get bombed. I actually have to pause for just a moment here, so let me hang on with that. Oh. Alright, so I'm back. I've been dealing a little bit with allergies. Who hasn't this time of year? So I apologize ahead of time if I have some problems with speaking, because somehow for the first time all day I have some oddly dry throat, and I'm probably about to have an odd bomb hitting me because I can't hit this ship. I didn't know it was like the Dodge Master Flex. So we'll see. That heavy laser, of course, is going to hit me right now. Their shields are finally down, so I should hold off on the ion play. Excuse me. So we don't want that in the drone control. We do want to deactivate their weapons. I can live with the... I can't live with that. That's just crappy. Alright. So get you guys back up. At least they're not going to hurt me right now until they do some repairs, but... Unfortunately, I could be in a world of trouble here in just a minute. Because, yeah, I knew kind of going in this would be a pretty terrible fight. Let's see here. Shield down. weapons down. They're just back up to a heavy laser. My shields are ion, though, so fortunately it did not hit me in the weapon that time. So now they have no weapons and no hope for survival. And we are already down to just about a third of life. In other words, typical Engi B run. Was it worth 14 scrap and a missile and a drone part for me to do that fight? Of course it wasn't. But we did it anyway. I mean, I could play a little more defensive with the ship up front. What do they have? They have a missile and probably a dual laser. I'll accept that bribe. And are these going to be connected? This is the part of the episode where I say, yes, I see comments all the time of, I could turn on the option to have the jumps display where they go, but I prefer the challenge and sort of the roguelikeness of not knowing what's around the next corner. So let's see our firebomb. Or Breach 2. Breach 2 is a lot of fun. Just because it can actually be stupidly effective if I have borders. But I think we're going to go with the firebomb. I'm going to have to watch my missile count because right now my missile count is non-existent. But how can we go about getting a firebomb? Because I do kind of like that. How far? Let's see how far away we are from the other jumps. That other store's over there. We're probably not going to be able to hit that in time. And it looks like we are going to be going through an ion storm more than likely. Regardless, so. Yeah, I think the firebomb's just too good to pass up. So we can ditch one repair drone. Go ahead and pick that up and get all the repairs we can afford. Because that way the firebomb will let us just go and take a dump on the enemy early. Which is all you really want, because if you can set a system on fire, it pays dividends real quick. Alright. So time for another fight. Is this another laser missile bow? Of course it is. Are we going to use the firebomb? Probably not a terrible plan, but I'm going to save it because I only have three missiles. It's more of a future play, as it were. So we'll activate this drone ahead of time. I'm actually going to keep the drone reactor, and that's a fucking nightmare. Alright. Okay, heavy ion actually just fired, so fuck it, we are going to firebomb you after all, because your missiles just seem to want to hit our weapon systems. And only our weapon systems. So hopefully I actually managed to hit with this. That's good. The reason I'm taking out their weapon system here is just because I really want to screw them up a little bit. No, 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 don't repair the hull breach. Oh, god damn. I hate this loadout so much. Just so fucking much. I want to get a different laser, or I want to get something to replace this heavy ion, and the firebomb's good. It's just that it's a finite resource. So there we go, that was lucky because I wasn't paying attention to where their shields were. I actually had no business firing and hitting that shot. Okay. I don't know if fire's spreading in their ship or not. I have no sensors at all to see. So we'll just let this kind of float on. I'm not going to accept that. Just slow, slow, slow fight. Will we make it out of Sector 1 this time? I don't know if we're going to make it much further than that. Said I got one weapon, which is good. I got pretty much what I would have gotten from accepting the surrender anyway. I could go down here, or I could go to the quest marker. And risk going through the Ion Storm. I'm not going to be able to do too much with that store, but at this rate, quest is probably free scrap or some fight that's going to kill me. There we go. 21 scrap. Now, if I jump up there, I'm going to get the rebel fleet back on me by the time I get back down. So, I'd rather have an opportunity to explore anything I can do on my ship to try and save myself in a hurry. Not with the lonely lonerson. There we go. So, how fucked are we? Pretty fucked! Alright. So they do have an ion. And we have no air. And they have cloaking. And you're just standing there like some guy. So I guess I'm gonna try and take out their weaponry ASAP. They have no shields. That may be our saving grace. Ugh. Come on, take out the heavy laser. Do it fast. There we go. I'm gonna try and take out the cloaking next. There we go. Just gonna try and pin this ship down. Because anytime you deactivate that weapon, it resets the cooldown. And let's see here, we have no air. We have no way to move around. We start with 1 engine power. But we actually survived that unscathed. So we're not going to be able to hit that place, but we should be able to hit here, then the exit. Okay, so another Mantis missile boat, this time with 1 shield, no teleporter though. It does serve as a pretty decent reminder that I am going to need to at some point pick up. Oh, I have a spare. I'm floating a spare energy right now. I could upgrade my weapons and try and go for the heavy ion laser and complement that with the firebomb. I have 6 bombs now, and it could be worthwhile to use the firebomb there, but I want to try and play it safe. Safe as I can, at least, given that this is a horrible ship and I only have 1 crew. Let's see here. Missile, don't hit me in the weapons. Actually, thank you for not hitting me at all. And that's why we hate the heavy ion. It takes forever to shoot. And then it doesn't hit what it tries to. So, no oxygen. What else is new? Here we go. One more time. Do something. Thank you. So our little system repair drone gets to scoot around faster, which is pretty nice. And take out the rest of their weapons. So all in all, I can work with this. Excuse me, that's the allergies talking. I just need to get a little more, need to squeeze a little bit more out of this run. And oh my god, whoever is repairing the weapons is a beast, because he just hit me with a missile. And it's always Artemis missiles for some reason. I mean, I don't always hit them in other runs, but when it's the Engi B, yeah, we're going to be getting Artemis. So let's see here. 35 scrap is not too much to ask, but 1 in engines is probably a better play right now. So yeah, let's hit the exit. Are we going to make it to Sector 2? I don't know yet, but I'm going to try and float some scrap just in case there's a quick store. So Mantis or Rebel Sector? It's actually kind of a tough call. The runs are about the same in terms of what we could possibly run into. The Rebel Sector has a lot of auto drones, which can get irritating. But the Mantis Sector is going to have a lot of borders, which the ship is terrible against, so let's go with the Rebel one. Whereas my throat continues to be the dry desert. Fast store, just what we wanted. So here, I have some stuff to sell, probably. Guess the question is, do I hit this jump first? Just to see if I can eke out a little more scrap before the store. Okay, so Federation scum, we're going to beam you to death. That's very nice of you. Thanks for playing. And those are actually going to synchronize pretty nicely, so I'll use the fire beam this time. Firebomb, excuse me. Fire beam would be hilarious. Pike beam would actually be really good with the heavy laser. I could roll with that. But just 1 damage instead. Just going to try and minimize the impact here. Oh! Oh my god, I forgot. I deactivated the firebomb before it went off, so it actually used a missile and didn't do any damage. So I have how many runs of this game on this Let's Play series, and I'm still screwing this up. So we'll see here. My hull damage isn't too great. I just wasted 1/6 of my missiles. Good. So at least we should be able to take these guys out. Yeah. I mean, the heavy laser's alright, it's just that it's a better complementary weapon. And just these fights go so super slow. Because it doesn't do any damage. It's like I need another drone, I need another weapon, I need something. But like I said, this isn't supposed to be a challenge run, this isn't like a one crew challenge or something. This is just me trying to beat the game with the ship that a lot of people call the worst ship in the game. They might be right. Definitely one of the hardest to start with. Ha! That's funny. Weapon pre-igniter. Crew is actually almost worth it here. There's no other store nearby, so... what I really need right now is another weapon. But I'm actually going to pick up the crew because I have someone who can repair. I'm okay on all that. So let's get our hull back up. Now the reason I went for the Mantis here is so that he can man the weapons first off. And I really need to use my next 20 scrap on upgrading doors. But if I get boarded by somebody, at least I can pile him and somebody else in there, along with the anti-personnel drone. But one reason I went for the rebel-controlled sector is that I really shouldn't be getting boarded too much here. Not like the Mantis sector where I'll get boarded all the damn time. Okay, so here we go with this guy, and they have the super terrifying anti-ship drone layout. Also known as this ship could kill us by itself with the pike beam. So weapons are a top priority here to take out. Oh, I just misfired. Oh, I should have waited. And I'm losing my shields, so that was like terrible on my part. Okay, so now our ship is falling apart. I've made a few pretty silly mistakes this game, but I did manage to take out their weaponry in time. Maybe a firebomb would be good here. It's like I know what I want to do with my next bits of scrap. Shit could just hit, you know? Because right now it's not, and we are actually on our way to dying. Pretty well. Okay, so we have no shields. They have no weapons again, but we have no shields, so it doesn't really matter. We just gotta try and work that 15% dodge chance. Yeah, you all can probably run away here, no problem. And our doors are on fire. Just need to get you one more time. You've done enough damage to me. You've actually undone all of my repairs. To the point where I'll be pissed if I can't kill you here. So, totally not worth it. 17 scrap. I think that's just the name of this entire run. It's just not worth it. So let's see here. We're all injured today. And I'm not sure if the repair drone gains levels or not. I know the boarding drone can gain combat levels. I'm pretty sure the anti-personnel drone can. So look, I could actually jump back up there and try and repair. But we're just gonna hop out of the nebula because I want to see if we can find another store. I don't know if we're going to... Hey, liberate a planet. Hey, we have no oxygen. Let's fix that. So just looking for a store in the high seas of something. And these guys don't want to know that I'm here, or they don't want to know that I spotted them. So, let's see. Once again, firebombs could be good, but if these guys are going to run away, I'm not going to get the full use out of it. This is where having maybe 4 weapon power would be pretty decent. Oh my god, they actually did not take out my initial system. Or they didn't take out my weapons. It's like they're targeting my weapons all the time in this. And I put their weapons room on fire, which is great. Hopefully that doesn't hit the shield. Good. So yeah, how's this game going? This is kind of, it's just the slow decay of the life bar of this ship. If you get lucky with weapon drops and stuff, it's great, but from where I'm sitting, it's just my ship is slowly dying. Every jump I take more damage. Not a lot you can do. Other than just watch things burn. 24 scrap is a very nice reward, though. But I really want to store, and I got plenty of jumps around here that I can use. Especially since I gotta start being fuel conscious. So another rebel fleet. I hope that's not a dual laser. Yeah, I'll just use the same combo here. I'll save my fire bombs for when they have 2 shields. That sounds like a plan. There we go. At least the pike beam's down, and I don't think my ship's on fire. Of course I do happen to miss with the lasers, so. But it's nice that I can get 2 lasers in the time where the heavy ion damage goes, now that I have someone manning that weapons bay. Because the more damage you can do to weapons, the less damage you're going to take. And while in easy, I would always focus on the shield room, just take down their shields and then do whatever. I found on normal I was a lot more well, it wasn't a lot more successful when I kept missing with stuff. But I found I was a lot more successful when I went for the weapons first. So, slowest fight ever again this week. Oh, damn it. At this rate, they're just going to fully recharge everything, aren't they? Do have 8 missiles now, so I do have a small stockpile on hand. Just going to see if I can take out their weapons room this time. Yeah. Or not weapons room, cockpit, so that way they can't just run. Or dodge. Because these rebels, they talk a big game, but they like to run like the Dickens. And at this rate, I almost wonder if I should just focus on oxygen and trying to asphyxiate, because these fights are taking so long. There we go, fuel, scrap. That's what we need. We need a store. We'll hit this distress beacon, and then we'll see if there's a store in the north or top part of this. Ah, fuck, I can't give them fuel. I just don't have enough. Quite frankly, I may be... seems to be mad broadcasting. Okay. Or less incompetent to investigate. So let's see here, we get a marker in the next sector. So I'm going to jump up here, and hopefully one of those top places is a store. Unfortunately, this is an asteroid belt. And unfortunately, it's an asteroid belt with an anti-ship drone, so this could be the end of this run really quickly. And my shields are not going to get up fast enough, and I should actually be able to weave in... Oh my god, they took out my shields completely. So if they actually get hit by an asteroid, I should be able to weave in some of this stuff, but... Oh, we're dead. We're dead in a hurry. I actually looked away for a second, didn't realize my life. That's an Engi B run. I promised myself I'd do one again, and we didn't even make it out of Sector 2, which, quite frankly, is par for the course with me. Hadn't done one of these in a while, and I still have not beaten the game with the Engi Cruiser, but that's it. Pathetic run. 1 asteroid belt was enough to do it in, especially with an anti-ship drone. Missiles, lasers, the whole gamut. So, maybe some other time, or maybe someone in the comments can sort of tell me the magic trick for winning with the Engi B other than keep trying or keep reloading. I don't know, but that's all for now. I'll see you all next time, hopefully with less allergy problems.